Hello and welcome back to City Skylines, where we have been developing our amazing city, Los Vooperis, since the beginning to what is now getting close to, I'm not going to say the end, but I think the prime time of this city. We're seeing record growth throughout the entire thing. We're at the point where there aren't too many problems caused by its size, but it is outputting a ridiculous amount of money. And everything is going pretty smoothly. As expansion goes, we're going to start to see a lot of problems starting around now because our size is getting so ridiculous. We're coming up half of 100,000 people, which is putting some serious strain on our infrastructure, including our massive sewage system, which has been the forefront of our adventures because it is so important in a map where you literally live in the ocean. You can't just dump sewage on people's lawns. But let's begin our new episode and figure out what we're going to be doing this time. I want to get traffic in order, but that should be done after we have a better baseline of the city. Right now we're still undergoing some serious construction on this island, and I think that's what we're going to be doing this time. But first, we need to deal with this freight. I'm going to be building an industrial district, and it's actually going to be these three islands chained together, because they don't have much else to do, and we already have industrial here. So linking some islands together for some quick money seems like not a half bad idea. And there we are. That'll give us a lot more space for industry. We can even do this and squeeze a little bit more space. That's pretty good. And then here, we're probably going to round it. Not perfect, but it works. That's really bad, but it is industrial, so I'm not going to worry about how pretty this is. Got good coverage of the islands, so that's all that really matters. And it gives us a bit more freight for all of our different commercial industries. Another thing is that they're having a hard time getting where they need to go, so we're going to have to improve our traffic system here, but that's fine. We're just going to make a new main way to get around the city. That's going to be through a network of important roads, starting here, running through here, back down to here, and onto here, which makes a loop all the way around the city. Pretty intense. Pretty good. There we go. Bam. And does that solve all of our problems? Maybe not, but it solves a lot of them. Well, it solves one. I guess that's not really a lot of them. So that's going to provide power. We'll connect it up this way too, so that if something happens, we still have power. And there we go. Now we just have to hook up great water service to everyone. And yes, a great water service, not just your average water service. This is the greatest water service ever. So we're gonna link this all together. Beautiful. And look at that. We've got new industry, and industry is what this city is built off. Not really, it's like all offices and residential, but we're going to ignore that so that I can pop in a few quotes that don't actually relate to the city. We have so much freight coming through this section right here. And hopefully we get a bit over here, if they'll stop being stubborn and actually build there. And now we're going to have people using this bridge, hopefully. It's quite interesting. I'm surprised they started building here first instead of here when this is closer. That's an interesting choice. I wonder if I zoned that one first. I don't remember. As the population rises, we are having some issues here. Which is basically going to... This problem is never going to go away, probably, as we keep expanding. But we can do a better and better job of mitigating it by improving our systems. Here, what we're going to do is we're just going to hook these up a bit lower so that they're closer to the water and have an easier time pumping it out. We have almost gotten rid of this entire section of water, and then we can open this up and let it be a huge evaporation vat. It's actually about the size of like a third of this, so oh no. See, we are having some flooding problems once again. It's not over, guys. It is not over. It's never over. We will always have these battles. Just for the sake of having no problems in the future, we'll give these guys their own dedicated trash people. And these guys will be able to use these roads to get over here into the rest of the city if needed. It just gives us a little bit more infrastructure. The trucks, they're working so hard. I feel like I have to stop focusing on this, but then again, I know a lot of people are only watching because of this huge project over here. But I feel like I've gone a little bit too far. Too far. Has science gone too far? So now we're going to ask ourselves, should we fill this in here? Probably, but what do we need? Offices. We need offices. So we're just going to do this. That actually worked out perfectly. Bam. Except I'm not going to be able to keep doing that. We're running out of space for these curvy ones. No. Okay, so that's going to be the end of that, and then we'll just have that going like that. That's fine. That works. It's okay. Lots of space. Now we're just gonna bring the boxes across in a weird design that doesn't make too much sense, but works. Yeah, this makes complete sense. It's fine. It's fine unless you have severe OCD. Then you may hate me a little bit. But even then, it's fine. 'Cause darn it, we need industrial, so we're just gonna figure out a way to get industrial, even if it murders some people's brains. Okay, so there we go. There is our new section. It's kind of complicated, but it works. It's kind of bumpy. This land isn't very flat. Maybe should have checked that beforehand, but it's all fine. There will just be buildings there, making it so that you can't actually tell. Oh, geez. The population is rising so quickly right now. We're gaining hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and that is giving us huge issues. Since last episode, in the past 2 episodes, we've pretty much doubled the population of the city, which most of our systems are working fine with that, but we have some things that just can't function with that many people unless we expand them. Oh, wow. We did it. Okay. So, this is the first major expansion to the sewage system. And I want to say that is pretty impressive. We just emptied that entire thing. These are going to be used for something else in the future, probably, so I'm not even going to bother removing them. We'll just remove this. And what we're going to do is... So people are gonna think I'm crazy for doing. I know this is a beautiful prime beach to put like a city on, but it's too close to the sewage system. So you know what? We're gonna cannibalize it. And you guys will see what I mean by that in a second. We're going to do some craziness. We're closing it. We're gonna drain this. We're gonna close it, drain it, turn it into an industrial wonderland. And then everyone will be happy. Well, except for people who love the beautiful view. But you know what? This will do for another wonderful evaporation area, so... Oh, you know, we could actually just connect these all up and make it into one huge No. Nah. That's not necessary. That's not necessary. Which means that these are actually against the point, but that's fine. Let's quickly rip down the walls, because they serve no point. Whoosh. Whoosh. There, so now we have our spill lane. If things go too far, they'll spill into here. I'd honestly like it to be a little bit lower and have the grid through it, but we have to expand it, which means we have to expand this, which means I just need to generally do better. Which means that we have a lot of money to spend and a lot of ocean to move, and we are going to be flooding a lot of buildings for the next minute or two. Because this is going to make quite the tsunami. Yeah, we can see the effects as the water gets displaced. Thankfully, we have the largest pump truck army ever, so this isn't a problem. Pump trucks, we believe in. City needs more water. Well, would you look at that? That's fine. Just give me one moment. We know where to pump the water from. Oh, does that mean that this place is, Oh no, the waterfall stopped. Okay, so now it's a real priority. I mean, people not having water, but, you know, the waterfall stopping is like, that is the end of the world right there. We cannot have that. Why are things lagging so bad? We're getting really bad stuttering here when we're editing the land. I may have just done too much. Maybe I've edited the map too much. Now it's just angry at me. It's like, are you serious? Are you really doing this? Can you please stop? And I'm like, no. We can never stop. This is about greatness. This is about the American dream. Not actually, it has nothing to do with that. Yeah, so we're just going to... So now is where we're gonna start to go slightly mildly insane, draining another ocean. Okay, water. And then we just gotta do on the deep end, boop, boop. And we just gotta do boop, boop, boop. And this is clean water, so we can hook it up to here. But these guys also want a bit of water, so we'll give them the water they want. Power them all with green energy, right guys? The cleanest. This is a clean job because clean energy. And we can see the water begin to move. Yep. It's beginning. It's starting again, guys. We are the masters of water. We know what we're doing. So the overflow is actually going down here and just evaporating because, well, like, what can the water even do now? We have like a monopoly on it. The water is hopeless. We're gonna turn this into a giant basin But what are we going to do with the excess? That's a great question. We're going to merge these and build a continent, because I've been thinking about it, and if we want a lot of people, we need another major island. And since we're getting rid of a major island for sewage, we should probably make a new one. So that's going to be this right here. Spending millions of dollars building a continent. Not really continent. It's more of an island, but for the sake of clickbait, we're going to call it a continent, because then I can write that in the title. And that is very shameless, because you guys are so shameful. If I don't have anything clickbaity in the City Skylines titles, you guys don't watch it. But when it's like draining the ocean, you guys all watch it. So you know what? It's your fault. You are pushing this, and I want views, so I'm going to do what you guys want. Okay? Got it? That's how this works. It's for entertainment and for views. Because the views are the entertainment. So it makes sense. Trust me. Sure, some people may say, you know, displacing this much water may cause huge lag issues, problems for you, but no. It's fine. Nothing is going wrong. I'm building a continent. I'm removing the ocean. We are practically China now. We are building islands when we feel like it. Now we have this really nice bay area, but we're gonna fill it in. So I'm just drawing the outline first so that I actually know what it's going to look like. It's like art, you know? True art. We're breaking down the barriers, releasing the artisticness of this game. Bam, there's the shape of the We should just keep it like this. People just live around this. Oh no! The boat! We've crashed. No! Oh no, where's the cargo ship coming to? Where's it going? What the heck? I don't even... I may have just done something very bad. Oh shoot. Do we actually have a connection anywhere? Is that going to actually hurt anything? No, we aren't actually using cargo ships. So that's not really a problem. But we're going to cut a hole in that because that is actually kind of important. We need to give the ships a lane so that, like, we can ship out freight and make ridiculous amounts of money. It only matters once money is involved, guys. That is the true life lesson. Don't listen to me. I am giving you horrible lessons. There we go. That should be much good enough. Much good enough. Yep. Grammar. Look at those waves. Thankfully, they're small by the time they actually hit the major cities. The citizens are probably like, oh, there's another wave. The government must be up to something again. Oh, jeez. I can only imagine what the citizens think of their great government. Spending so much money. Like, oh no, my taxes were raised again for the darn sewage system. Are you kidding me? Sorry. It's important. We have our priorities. This is what the people need. Okay, we're getting close. Like, we've got a continent that's kind of forming there, so once again, not really a continent, but we're gonna call it that because no shame. Zero shame. Where does the root even go again? How does it not hit any iron? Oh, it goes under. Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. Even though there's no way it could make it under these bridges, we're going to have to raise these bridges in the future. Because there's no way. But for the sake of awesomeness, that's pretty cool. We are actually building something so ridiculously big. See that huge overflow that just came over and it escaped. This is really going too far. It's not supposed to run this high. We're having large issues when it comes to things, but it's fine. Everything's gonna be all right because we have money, and money will solve all of our problems. Because we're gonna switch to medium brush. We're just going to no, that's supposed to be small brush, isn't it? Yes, that's supposed to be small brush. Okay, never mind. Big brush is gonna come back, fix the damage done. Then small brush is just gonna whoosh a nice pathway for the water to escape. And as said, this is fairly magical because we have so much more space now. Sewage will never bother us again. We have infinite power. Not really, but we have quite a bit of space to drag it along. Okay, somewhere there we went wrong. I'm assuming it's like here-ish. So we're just gonna... Oh no, the land level is just generally lower here. What? This is an issue. Oh no, I didn't make sure that it was flat first. Oh, whoops. Whoopsies. That's an interesting issue. Okay, well, this kind of works, so I'm not going to complain. Look at that, all the water is just being channeled away, and it solved the problems. Yay. The problems have been solved by just getting rid of the problems and moving them further away. This is how you solve problems. Out of sight. Out of mind. Once again, never get life advice from my videos. This is the worst life advice ever. And as we work, we start to see that we have a lot more space. This is a much bigger system than when we started. It's getting kind of ridiculous, and this is sinking. We should honestly just have this be like a secondary evaporating pool, because the way it inclines is great because the edges evaporate and they slowly drop. We can just watch it drop. That's dropping rather quickly, actually. It must be very low on water now. We are just making a mess. We're making such a mess. There's no point in it even being this far down. Like, that was just a design choice I made because I figured that if things went wrong, I'd have at least like an hour before things went really wrong. So it's not quite as bad. See, now this is pouring over because this is too low. Oh, man. Need to put another line here. Across. There we go. That gives us another whole row. And then we have this, which is an abomination, but it works. Kind of. We have a lot of water rushing down here. This is a huge problem. This is not going how it's supposed to. We really need to solve this. This is bad. Okay, so we're just going to draw some vertical lines. As said before, this is actual art. That looks good, actually. That's gonna work. We need to raise this. I know I've been lowering everything, but we're just going to expand and use the soil we get. So now we're gonna what height is this even supposed to be at? Like here-ish. So if I go here and just whoosh. Just make it slightly taller so that it doesn't overflow everywhere. Okay, we have very slight issues here with it just being too far down. Okay, there we go. That's better. I think we flattened it. It is pretty flat now. We can just do this over here. Flatten things some more. And that solves all of our problems. Yep, things can definitely use some work. We're now 45,000 population. This area has huge water issues because I missed a chunk. There we go. Much better. These pumps need to be moved because we actually did need water before, so I'm just gonna put this here, plug this in here, and these three will finish draining this section. And guys, I think that's going to end it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode of City Skylines. And next time we're going to continue just expanding the city and everything that entails. So, thank you for watching. And yeah, look at that beautiful continent over. Wait, is the water level here actually? It is. The water level here is dropping. Why is it dropping? Is it just evaporating over time? Because that is definitely lower. Huh. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Bye. Oh, this map looks like such a mess on the top right. It's so bad.